Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. I want to give FIFA 18 the final look here on Samsung KS-8000 native 4K HDR version on PlayStation 4 Pro. I just want to see how it looks on Samsung KS-8000, because the first time I tried it, I only tried it on TCL and it looked great on TCL, but it looks even better here on Samsung KS-8000, especially with this new update 1203, especially with the AutoMotion Plus can be turned on because there's less judder, less blurriness. So before we start playing, I just want to show you what type of settings I'm using right now. Okay, so I'm going to do that real quick. I changed a few things around here. By the way, it is native 4K and HDR, just so you know. You can see it right there on the top right corner. It says right there, HDR UHD 3840 2160. So it is HDR. Hey, I'll show it to you one more time. For those non-believers, there it is. You can look it up. There you go. On your right top corner. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what type of settings, custom picture settings I'm using for this HDR version right here. Hold on. Let's go to the settings, expert settings. Remember, backlit and contrast, it's always going to be to the maximum. I moved the brightness down to a couple of clicks down to 48. Since I already have my gamma to -3, I just wanted to get just a tiny little bit better deep dark levels, and that's why I moved it to 48. I felt like moving sharpness to 23 here because I want that clarity detail outline out of this game, and I think 23, it's not too much, just the right amount. I went 3 clicks above the threshold, which is fine. Same thing here. I went 13 clicks above the threshold. 63, I think it's the limit for the HDR. I wouldn't want to go anything above 60. 63, I think it's the limit for you to get that little extra color. This is just my own personal opinion, my own personal preference. You guys can try this out. Remember, I do these settings, I do these videos. It's for you to check it out. Write down these settings and try it out for yourself. I know there's a lot of you that have Samsung KS-8000 TVs and even 9000 TVs. It doesn't cost you anything to try these settings out. Let me know what you think. AutoMotion Plus, I leave that now on automatic because it works flawlessly now with this new update 1203. Smart LEDs, I always keep that at high because I want to take the advantage of HDR, peak brightness nits. And of course, color of tone, you know me, I like to keep it on standard. This is a personal preference. You know, if you want to keep it on warm, that's fine. You want to keep it on cool, that's fine. But I personally think it's better if you leave it on standard, because you're getting a nice balance between warm and cold tone of color. And of course, gamma, this is the trick, keeping the gamma -3. I only do it on this television because this television lacks those deep dark levels, and gamma -3 helps a little bit with that brightness of 48. And of course, my color space, it's always native to get that spectrum of color of space in its native form. So there you have it. That's what I'm running it on. So let's play through this game a little bit. It's Chelsea versus Real Madrid, and let's resume the match. I do have to say that it looks fantastic on native 4K HDR, especially on this television, Samsung KS-8000, because you have to keep in mind a couple of things. What Samsung KS-8000 has, the advantage that it has those maximum peak brightness nits needed for standard metadata, and it has that quantum dot technology, those nano quantum dot cells. They're built inside the panel as well to get that full white color gamut. So it has the full white color gamut and 1000 peak brightness nits, which definitely helps the HDR big time here. And how do I, someone asked me the other day, how do I feel, what's the difference between PES 18, Pro Evolution Soccer 2018, and FIFA 18? Well, a couple of major things, obviously. FIFA 18, it has three things going for it. It has the Frostbite engine, native 4K, and HDR. So you're getting a native 4K with HDR and with a Frostbite engine with a little bit higher textures. So graphically and visually, it looks much better. FIFA 18 looks much better. However, speaking of the gameplay, I would say that the Pro Evolution Soccer has much better gameplay. It's more realistic gameplay, but it's lacking that native 4K. It's lacking that and it's lacking that HDR. I mean, I was really disappointed to hear that Pro Evolution Soccer didn't put any HDR in there. I would have been fine with checkerboard 1440p with HDR. That would have been fine. But they couldn't even squeeze the HDR in there. It's like, that was disappointing from Pro Evolution Soccer. And also you have to remember, Pro Evolution Soccer doesn't have all of the clubs and all of the, teams, your favorite teams that maybe you want to see. There's a couple of teams, like few teams are missing, few clubs are missing in PES 2018. That's because they don't have the full license. FIFA 18 has the full license. They have all the clubs, all the teams, and it's a full package, To me personally, I would prefer FIFA because obviously it's a native 4K, it's HDR, it just looks much better. It has full license of FIFA. It's a fully licensed FIFA game. But in terms of gameplay, I would say that Pro Evolution Soccer has a more realistic AI and more realistic gameplay, more like a simulation kind of a style gameplay, and I like that. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, at some points, it almost feels like as if you're watching a real game, honestly. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. I mean, really does look very realistic. Whoa, that was a close one right there. I mean, the bottom line is this: you're definitely going to appreciate that HDR and native 4K resolution with the Frostbite engine. It's definitely going to add more of eye candy to this game. And like I said, EA Sports is definitely moving to the right direction. Here we go. How could you? Oh my freaking God. How could you? Did you see that? Unbelievable. Come on. All right. There you go. Pass the ball. Pass the ball. Do it. Do it. Come on. Come on. Pass it. Oh. That was a close one. I tell you what, if I was to walk into a room right now and I didn't know nothing about video games. I don't follow video games, right? I have no idea about any of these consoles. And if I walked in the room, I would probably ask somebody, "Hey, man, which channel is that on? Like, which channel are you watching that game on?" Right? Hey, dude, that was a foul, man. And another thing that's also worth mentioning, Pro Evolution Soccer, it's more realistic. Like, you know, the players are not like super fast like they are here. It's more like a simulation kind of a style, realism to it, which I like, you know. But then again, it's a disappointing that PES 2018 didn't include any HDR or native. They could have easily included native 4K and HDR, and it would have just looked a hell of a lot better, man. Especially with that Fox engine that's used on Metal Gear Solid 5. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna come down to you, your own personal preference. Like, you're gonna have to decide, like, what is it you're looking for? Are you looking for the eye candy, native 4K HDR? Then FIFA 18 is for you. Are you looking for fully licensed FIFA game with all the clubs and all the world countries out there, fully licensed with FIFA? Then this is it. You go with FIFA because it's a fully licensed game. All right, let's do one more game. I'm gonna try a different stadium. We'll do it like with rain at night, and let's just see how it looks. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do one more. We'll do Manchester United versus Manchester City. It's gonna be at night at Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. So let's check it out. All right, so here we go. Again, you know, HDR in its full force here. It's a better eye candy game. You know, I mean, what I'm trying to say is you're definitely going to appreciate native 4K and HDR with the Frostbite engine on FIFA 18. This is missing on Pro Evolution Soccer, and it's a shame that it's missing on Pro Evolution Soccer because Pro Evolution Soccer could have easily used that native 4K and HDR, which is beyond me as to why they didn't include native 4K and HDR. It's beyond me. But again, we're talking Konami, you know, because Pro Evolution Soccer does have a great AI and does have a great gameplay on it. It's more realistic, but however, you know, they're not fully licensed FIFA game. This is a fully licensed FIFA game. So here you're getting the full package, okay? And in terms of a gameplay, it's okay. I don't see any difference between FIFA 17 and then FIFA 18 in terms of the ball and the pitch and the ball and all that. It's pretty much the same thing. However, you will definitely going to appreciate the HDR. You know, the HDR native 4K here, it just looks phenomenal. Here, let me try to position it to the center a little bit, like right here to the center. Hopefully that's better, like this. There you go, like this. Hopefully that's better. Here we go. I mean, honestly, those settings that I'm using here, these are the same exact custom picture settings that I used on Resident Evil Vendetta, and it seems to work here as well. Whoa, that could have been easily a goal, man. Oh my God, that was a close one. Wow, dude. How could you miss that? Pogba, dude. Seriously. Also keep in mind, you know, my camera here, it's not doing it justice in terms of how this looks when you are playing it in person. Wow, that was a close one too. So to answer your question, which one should you get? Should you go, look, I would say get both if you can. But if you have to choose, it'll depend on a couple of things. Like I said, you know, do you want that fully licensed FIFA game? Then this is it. Or do you want that native 4K and HDR? Because this is the only native 4K HDR soccer game that's utilizing native 4K and HDR. So it's really gonna come down to that. Like, what is it you want? Like, what is it you're looking for? Are you okay with the fact that there's no native 4K, that there's no HDR on the PES 2018? Are you okay with that? You know, or are you okay that there's some clubs missing? Like, there's no Manchester United because because they don't have the full license of FIFA, you know, on Pro Evolution Soccer. So are you okay with that? So you got to ask yourself, you know, you have to ask yourself these questions. Like, yeah, let's move it up a little bit like this. This is better. Oh, that was no. Whoa. We got to look at the replay on this. Hold on. Let's look at the replay. Wow, check that out. We got to see this again. Hold on. Let's check this out. I gotta see that one more time. Hold on. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the Auto Motion Plus. It's much smoother here than the way it was before, thanks to that new update, you know. Check this out. Boom. Oh shit, man. Hold on. Whoa. Dude, I gotta take a picture of this. Oh my God. So anyway, there you have it, guys. Like I said, if you can get both versions, I say go with the both. But you have to remember what you're getting with PES 2018, and you have to remember what you're getting with FIFA 18. Both are $60. So you got to ask yourself, what's more important to you? I personally think you get a much better deal here. You get a full package, fully licensed FIFA game with native 4K and HDR. And plus, there's more people playing FIFA online. So, like I said, it'll depend on you. Like, what is it you're looking for? So, hopefully you guys like this video. And I hope that you will try these settings and check them out for yourself. Remember, I do these videos for you, so you can check out these custom picture settings and try them out on this television. Alright, it's Mr. 4K Upscaler. I'm out of here. Thank you.